What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, y'all, doing lighting reduction, y'all, I'm doing something I haven't done in a while. And that's not only doing a review recap, I'm doing a review on, which is a first, I think. Well, not a first of doing thing with Tyler Perry. I tried viewing a couple series, but we're going to be doing a little movie review of his classic, phenomenal new movie that just came out on Amazon Prime, starring Megan Good and I don't know, well, why I was getting that man's last name messed up. Um, Divorce in Black. Um, I had to record it, my commentary twice in a row, y'all. So you'll hear the enthusiasm in it. We all know that usually Tyler Perry comes with enthusiasm and like the best movies. Who am I lying to you? Y'all? I decided to go ahead and actually give my commentary on this lovely masterpiece. Sorry, y'all, it seemed like it was edited or something went in and out, but it did. I had to switch what I was editing into, y'all, and I didn't want to lose the commentary I already had. But like I said, since it's been getting a lot of like feedback and stuff, I figured why the heck not? Let me go ahead and follow, of course, Tyler Perry's work ethic. But before we get into it, we got like two minutes of promo. My sis, Nay Nick, and Jayla's a promo minute, and then we'll get started into the wonderful film.
Okay, y'all. Quick little announcement or little promo. Don't forget to like, subscribe my sis channel, Nini's Kitchen. This is a little preview. You'll know what it is. You're going to check over on that. Besides, sis, we waiting. Come on, sis, for you to post a new video. But encouragement, y'all, go check out her channel, Nini's Kitchen with a Z. She would do the mukbang, she would do storytelling, blogs, etc. Just real quick, but like I said, shout out to my sis, y'all go ahead and subscribe and so forth. You can get likes from everything, even down to like probably some vids about some edibles, but you won't know unless you subscribe. It says we waiting, and also don't forget to follow her now. She'll eventually have like more social media and stuff like that. But for now, this is her business, my Nini's Kitchen. You see right here, Nini's Kitchen with 4777, and don't forget to subscribe. But okay, sis, we waiting on you. All right. What is up, y'all? Here, if y'all looking for some wonderful, top quality candles, also something maybe to light the mood and stuff, then go ahead and go to lightthemood.com and get your candles. This is the founder, co-creator, and open business is Jayla Self-Esteem Queen. I'm trying to get her on YouTube too, but like I said, you get candles, everything to being creative, overcoming the society, and so forth. She also offers such services as Reiki healing, sound healing, and so forth in person, and also over the line or over the phone. But shout out to Jayla Self-Esteem Queen, like I said, top good candles. For example, they smell divine. I have pop light, whatever. But anyway, y'all, get y'all candles today. Again, her website is lightthemoon.com by Jayla Self-Esteem Queen. All right, I'm out.
Oh goodness, y'all. I'm about to record again. Originally, this is my second time recording. So, work with me here. Now, in the land of Tyler Perry's, beginning of this film, actually, we ended up seeing in the beginning, we're in a church. And there's a funeral going on. We find out we have the man, Richard, Mr. Richard, aka Ava's dad, and her mom are behind, and they're talking, and Ava's dad's preaching the word, about a rich man going to hell, and about Ava's husband, aka I want to call them the Bearsting Bears, boys, whatever, with the bad mom or whatever. They known to be menaces around the time. Now, I'm surprised. Why would they even pay for this funeral? Considered they had beef with them. They are terrible, and I think maybe it's the oldest out of 5 or 6 boys, the mad mama. I will tell you in a minute. So, like I said, the preachers all talking, everybody, most of the church like, amen, got to get yourself together, and they like, what the hell is this? The mom getting mad at Ava, which is Megan Good's character. They all like, the son's like, whatever, Dallas even kind of like, what the hell is this? And come on, what are you talking this for? So, like I said, it pointed out that Dallas was the only one, as preachers said, that actually went to school to finish this. So everybody else dropped out before they learn how to multiply 4 times 3. So, they've been known to terrorize, jump people, attack them, rob, graping and everything. Okay. And that's what he said. That's how this older boy basically is in this casket right now because of his action. He could have just got himself together, but no, he tried to, tell one of the elderly, elderly, people. I don't know if it was elderly lady or not, that had a bunch of peppermints down in the purse and he thought it was some money, whatever, but whatever that license, they, took him to see the, see the Lord early, or in their case, they trying to say he's already downstairs having his first buffet at the devil's dinner table. So, of course, they mad, and the mama's like, you ain't gonna keep talking this about my boys. Go get your brother. We don't need your hand-me-downs. We don't need nothing. So Mama Bearston Bear, she like, you know what? Take this clothes, F your casket, F your couch, F everything. I don't need this shit. We don't need this shit. So she started stripping down, but she had a full slip on, she ain't like she's showing, her clothes she got from Torrid or whatever, or Ashley Stewart. She wasn't showing her bra and panties, nothing like that. Okay, she was covered. And but she was like this, go and get your brother. No, don't take the casket. Like I said, F that casket. Okay, get your brother out. And you know what the brothers did? They took the body out the casket. And they were like, oh my gosh, eventually hey, Miles, go ahead, blah blah. And he was like, what the heck is going on? And like it's Dallas and his southern sideburns. My dad used to have them sideburns, the long sideburns that kind of like in at the cheek, the country sideburns. Not everybody got them for the country, but that's just a reminder of what my dad used to wear. But I think they in Georgia, based on, it was saying that they got to drive, I guess, an hour 30 minutes, and also Ava's best friend and Dallas' only friend are also there. Material. I think it seemed like Dallas' best friend, only friend is a lawyer. Okay, that's what I was getting. So, they end up leaving, and they took him and they put him in the back of the car, and the title comes in, divorce is dressed in black. Okay, black. So, she's talking to her parents, and her parents, basically it's like, how they are, whatever. We ain't gonna finish line used to be a runner, a track star. When are you going to leave that mess behind? Because she's like, okay, that he's just going through a lot of whatever, he's obviously a person that comes from trauma, and whatever. And the town is that they nothing. Did anybody pick up the clothes that the mama put down, at all? I know they took the brother casket and put in the back of the black pickup truck or whatever, so they can bury him on a lot like Pet Cemetery. Y'all ever heard of that movie? I seen the commercial version. I didn't see like the actual film, because I don't like scary films. So, but like burying him, the barrel's like in front. They got a slot in front of the house / the RV. So they end up basically taking them so they can eventually bury. But like I said, she also talked to her best friend, and I guess they work at the bank, whatever. And she's like, like, oh my God, that's my husband. He just going through much of why you did that. But he felt like it needed to be said. He didn't say anything wrong, even though I wouldn't take time to pay, because he's like, it's all right, it's been paid in full, whatever. we pay thousandfold, whatever, like, they did what they did. But I'm just was like, I wouldn't even done all that. But anyway, so it's later on, and the chief was, waiting finally to try to get her husband later on after talking to, her parents and stuff, and realize, he gotta go to work, he gotta go to work next day. Y'all, if y'all have watched the movie at all, or you plan to, did they ever say what Dallas did besides pretty much stalking? Well, it's already spoiled abuse, so I might as well tell that in advance. Was there anything that shown what he did as a job? Did that come up at all? Okay. But anyways, y'all. So later on, she goes to the Berenstein Bears / mama. So, there they already, the mom, I think, was already like, see, I told you we should have buried him here. And I think like they buried, the daddies, 3 cats and 3 rabbits and 2 turtles and whatever else. So, that they'd already been buried on there. Okay. And she said that's what they should have done in the first place, instead of like depending thinking that Ava, the good tissue, the bitch, because y'all, I think the word bitch was used so much, like you can do a drinking game in it, especially the word bitch came like that. It was at least like 10, 12, 13. It was a lot. Okay. Like I said, if you decide to do drinking game word bitch throughout this movie, which I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I put it on 2.0 speed, time to speed, because it was actually almost a 2-hour movie. So it only took me a whole hour. First, I wasn't going to do the speed. And I was like, you know what? Let me go speak this up. So, but anyways, so Ava, because, there might have been at least 20 whole minutes. A good portion of this film seemed like it was based on the day of the older brother who was, taken out the casket and was buried on the Berenstein Bears boy / mama bears, they land. Okay. So anyways, she come there and, the brother's looking at her like, whatever. And I think one of the brothers, like, that's a little bit rational. It's like, oh, he in the back. Mom, ain't, whatever. But, she goes in the back and tries to talk to him and tries to tell him the story about, I guess he was trying to fix like a tire or something at the prom, and he's basically like, you try to change me to something I'm not. Actually, you the problem. Get the F on. And she like, huh? Aren't you gonna back me? Well, no, I'm not, or whatever. And she ends up sleeping in the car. I don't know how many minutes, whatever, waiting for him. And then Mama Bear comes in her way. What you still do? She was like, I was waiting for Dallas to come. And oh yeah, because it was Cody. Yeah, Cody was the older brother that is now buried right next to the barbecue pit. On the Berenstein Bears line. She was like, no, I'm not telling you shit, and get the F off my property. So she ends up going to the local pub bar where he's there with his brothers, because somebody told, because I don't know how small the place is, but they did tell her that you got them, they still Dallas trying to get another beer or whiskey, whatever you trying to get, and the brothers all like, what, they all looking back at Ava funny. She's like, come on, we gotta go and stuff, and he's still acting like whatever. And then she walks outside, and there's this guy named Benji. I don't know if he was in the church or not like it matters, but Benji is going to be throughout the film as well. Okay. Unlock a new character. So they all talking, and then here comes the brothers beating that like, we should put you back in the hospital again like we did in Gypsy, and blah, blah, blah. And like they about to get started. He's like, I ain't scared of y'all, whatever. And then the owner, who actually was the one to call Ava, it was like, pew, pew, Benji, we about to close. If you come in here for a drink. And second of all, I ain't having that shit. Y'all go and get with that ish. But the same, one of the brothers was a little rational and told Dallas like, no, you don't need to be driving drunk, whatever. Because she's like, no, I'll drive. He want to drive, whatever. You know, that wasn't gonna go too well. So he ends up giving, Ava the keys after he roughed him and put him in the passenger seat. Like, you sit down, okay? And they go home. He's in the bathroom and he says something to her when they got home, and says something about, she told me to take him out unalive and whatever. And she's like, what? And he's really not saying anything, but she's trying to be there for him. And then it's the next morning. Now, next morning, Dallas act like nothing happened. He got on his turtleneck and shit all ready to go to work. And she was like, I cooked everything. Are you, you know, do you want to talk about last night? Nothing. What do you mean? So it's almost like either he purposely just doesn't want to bring it up, he blacked out and don't remember what he said, and that's it. And it just like it's left up under the rug. So, around this time though, it seemed like the same day or the next day, a couple days later, it don't matter. Remember, this is Tyler Perry's film, I also was surprised that Megan Good actually produced it too. They showed in the credits. He tells her out of nowhere, like, I want a divorce. And she was like, huh? What? He's like, I want a divorce. This over with. I'm sick of you and all this shit. Blah, 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 blah. Tyrone, don't call me whatever, okay? I'm sick of you. Your parents carers can have the house, because they made it down. I don't need a house. We don't have no kids anyway, blah, blah, blah. F you, okay, basically. And she just like, oh my gosh, why, whatever, it's, because already she was accused that she was trying to change him the day of the funeral, whatever, of Cody, whatever. But now it's like, it seems he's putting whatever issue he has on her. Now he wants to, say divorce. And of course she's crying, sad, whatever. And to make a long story short, she decides that she's going to take a break and basically go, and she ends up driving to her parents' house in the middle of the night, going to her old room with, with all the Will Smith posters on her wall. And then her parents is like, the next morning, like, we know for you to be coming here, that something was going on. They show her where she's jogging the next morning, the next day, and, having reminiscences, I guess, of the good times, whatever. Also, before around the time that she left, whatever, when her friend and her were talking, her best friend, like I said, I think her husband's name, I don't know why I can get the best friend's name worth a darn, but I think it's Jeff or Jim, it's Dallas' friend, who is married to Ava's best friend. Okay. And she gave her like a 4-page letter. I first thought she was like saving some money, some stack they must to get the hell away from this dude. It turned out she made a list for her to look at all the things he has done to her bad, like, to encourage her to get the F on away from this crazy dude. And the mom ends up the next day, whatever, finding it, whatever, talking to her like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? And she was like, no, but it was like her trying to, basically it was trying to say somebody that was trouble, who needs help, who obviously seems like it was a victim turn abuser situation. But yeah, he has put hands on her, spat on her, all this other stuff, whatever. And, the dad comes in, but I don't know. Well, not like it matters, because he did enough where the dad figured out whatever, some of the stuff, because she continues to do this problematic behavior throughout the film, okay? Until the last scene. So, she ends up in another scene, because they're like, no. I mean, Dad, I tried and blah, 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 And she went with the dad. They went to, I guess, the True Value hardware store of that county. And she sees again Benji, which the dad had told them. He had alerted him that he was going to go. They were going to be there. They talked a little bit, how did I catch you doing, and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Also, they were talking about this upcoming bake sale. Now, the upcoming bake sale, y'all, is actually the church had, because that's what the mama was talking about. Benji's daughter, which is weird that how they placed her. I don't know, the food was dry, there was no sugar or something. She ends up talking to him about, the things about dealing with divorce and all this other ish. And the little girl, we don't see her again until we see him again later on at the fair, which we'll get at. Like I said, she's been talking to her friend, her bestie, like I said, a couple times we've seen them talking in the car about the situation, and then on and off again. And then with this fair, she sat there, and like I said, we're just gonna fast forward it, because like I said, it's tired period. Like I said, he wants a divorce and all this other stuff. So when this fair goes, her parents are at this fair, and with her, Benji again is with the daughter. His daughter, he bought something, or whatever about the divorce. It's like he talked about divorce, but he doesn't really talk about divorce. So it's not even worth writing down or remembering, because it's like the little girl is there you just see the side of the little girl. You don't really see her again. It's like first he said, oh, well, let's, talk and catch up. I'm thinking they gonna go somewhere, the daughter will go on a ride or something like that. 2 minutes later, they sitting there, and they at, near a creek or something. You just see them. They didn't show the child got dropped off at they Gigi's house or nothing, or back to the mama's house, or whatever the case is. We don't hear about the little girl, I don't think, anymore. Did we even know her name? But besides that, they out there talking, and she admits, like, again, the night that he got jumped by the Bearsting Bear Boys or whatever that night, because she broke up with Dallas that day, and they automatically jumped him because she was with her, because they all got issues and stuff like that, and they jumped him and put him in the hospital. Okay, so but he, they were just talking about reminiscing. She felt like, well, you know what? I only been with Dallas, so I really wanted you to make love to me tonight, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't want you just for that. You're more to me than that. So I don't want just your body. I want you all together. So no, he let her sleep in the back. He looked like they were trying to make some s'mores or something, or finish. And so he was like, I'll take you back home the next day. So they didn't do nothing that night. But little do we know, the Bearstein boys somehow were somewhere around the corner, whatever, at the Ferris wheel, wherever the hell that, and sent this one picture to indicate, even though this was just showing her talking to Benji, not even showing they were at like like even at the creek by themselves or anything. It was enough proof to Dallas that he was doing the right thing, because that's enough proof to them that it explains that they were right, that she's been cheating with Benji all this time, and blah 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 blah, and all this other stuff. So so I think after that, whatever, he comes up, like I say, he's done this so many times, but he started popping up like he had air tag. There was one time he popped up a job, was straight in a car and a bitch, and I'm like, where's security back, at the bank, when she goes back to the job, because her best friend at first was going to, like, ask her, did she want another week? And she like, no, we're going back to the job. And it's just like, where the hell does he work? And never, like I said, we never know where he worked, whatever, y'all. Like I said, it's switch whole story time. So there was, since he was acting that way and stuff like that, she was like, you know what? She told her friend again, I'm just going to give him divorced in black. We, he doesn't have anything, we don't have to split anything, whatever the case is. I just want to be done and over with. And I want, that is, the best of, best of my for the best for me. Okay. Because also too, around the same time, I think her parents in between that showed her the tapes like when you get enough is enough. And he showed all the tapes in the wedding. And here go me mama, who was at the damn wedding, acting the damn food, and go knock, Megan Good's character's bouquet out her hand and wedding. She's no good. She gonna make your life miserable. She one of them type of ones that want to keep their sons like as her man because she miserable as hell, or even if it's not in a sexual way, romantic way, like keep them miserable like her. And and then he was showing the film like the whole time you've been with him, you never had smile. The daddy said about the film just to show her like you need to leave that alone because nothing has became better ever since you've been with him. So, anyways, besides that, she, Lord, okay. Her best friend decides that they gonna like throw her to the divorce party. It was a surprise after she went to go with the lawyer. The guy was like, are you sure? Because they had Jeff, on Dallas' side and her friend on the side, and the person was like, are you sure? You want to sign? She was like, yeah, I'm a sign divorce, blah, blah. And 2 seconds later, it seemed like left. And here goes Dallas telling Jeff, you see how she was just so quick to agree. She must be messing with blah, 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 blah. And give me the marriage, like, and Jeff was like, you basically, you want a divorce or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he felt some type of way that she went along with what he asked and kept doing her and requested the divorce. So anyways, later on, they have a divorce party. And, of course, Tyler Perry has the best baby in oil set because it's 3 guys, they got the divorce cake, like FM girl, cake, and, they're having a party. And Benji is there and Jeff is there with, I don't know, maybe they were just celebrating and just were like the guy's support of her finally, getting the divorce in black. And which we don't know if he got air tagged or not, but on cue, who's outside and somebody notify him, or Jeff finds out, or Jeff and Jimmy finds out that Corey is outside. He sits here, talks to him, and he's like, well, I want to get the gears too. Did he up here? Did you know about this? And just like, man, just go. He ends up finally leaving though. But we already know it's going to be a problem, whatever. But did somebody, like I said, listed on Instagram about this party? It was I don't think it was no social media in this film. But anyways, so, that same night, Benji takes, Miss Ava home. And, she first like, if you want to, you could stay in the, the guest room and stuff like that. But he's basically like, no, I want you. I want to make lady, blah, 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 blah. So Isis Brothers playing where you all my need, and they have the next thing right there on the couch, whatever. And so the next morning, while she go downstairs and Benji's still in the bed and it looked like maybe she's getting ready for work, or whatever. She go downstairs, who's eating honey circle oils on the kitchen and got in the house like it ain't nothing. He basically like, let's work it out, whatever. I'll forgive you and every darn thing, or blah, blah. And she's basically like, you have to leave. I don't know how you got in the house, but you have to leave. And he telling her, well, I'm going to go upstairs, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, like I said, why she didn't say anything. Because, their room is a 2-story house, whatever, right upstairs, whatever. And she ain't like saying nothing, knowing that this fool's gonna go upstairs and go and try to tap Benji. And Benji was still in the bed, so he could have jumped, took him out, whatever, had him go permanently night. But he goes up there, him and Benji, Benji's able, to get him. They go back and forth, and she's like, no, blah, blah, in the corner. And Benji's able to put him in a sleep hole. He ends up, she's able and decides, but not Benji's help, not until damn near when they get outside. She's able with herself that has Wonder Woman strength, like real Wonder Woman strength, and drag Mr. Dallas, like the famous, like I don't know if this was inspired by Get Your Shit from Angela Bassett's playing the character Bernadette in Waiting to Exhale and in the book Get Your Shit. But she's just like, I'm sick and tired. You and just managed to be able to drag him, slide him down the stairs, slide him out the house. And even able, with the help finally of Benji, but she's been able, like 95% of the time, was able to drag this man. Kids can be heavy. Okay, kids be heavy. But she's able to just drag him and slide like she got one of them sliding things under him. And even then, she just dragged him like it was nothing. And just, with the help, Benji, they put him in the car. And they just like, oh, he finally is gone. No, they didn't check. Like that was just nothing. They didn't even show like how he broke in, because she already said when he was in the house eating them honeysuckle O's, like, how did you get in here? And he's like, mouse. They didn't show like, is he a locksmith? Is it nothing? It just never showed like how, like I said, also did he, he had tracking devices on everything. Did he specialize in hacking? What did he do? Okay, so we have another scene where either the dad is, is at the house. I don't know if it was just Ava or Benji and her best friend. I forgot, but he did give her some pews and put Ring.com cameras and the new doorbell and stuff. And also, but like the app, it's just everything to make sure that, she's straight. And like I said, change all the locks and everything. So, going back to another scene. Now, after that occurs, like I said, he appears. He's at the job across the street again. Jeff is all talking to him again. I think like, man, what did you do? Like, you knew all this time, blah, 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 blah. And then we fast forward. Like I said, a lot of it was like the same repetitive scene over and over again. We have a scene that, you got Ava and Benji. They at Jeff's, and I don't know Ava's best friend's name in the film. I think it started with S, but we're gonna say Ava's BFF. Yeah. Okay, so they all of a sudden, here comes out of nowhere. He's coming to that came. He comes in the backfire like it ain't nothing. Coming like, I'm coming to visit my best friend. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what the heck? And he's like, whatever. Oh, so you been always cheating to me, stuff like that. Oh, you gonna take his side, whatever. And then he, before he left though, he's, it was like, y'all can, they basically like, you get out of here. And he's like, what do you mean? You didn't tell, did you tell her? Did you tell your wife about Kelly? And he's like, yeah, obviously they had dealt with an affair issue on the husband end. And he's like, he been hitting that bank, smashing Kelly for years, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, that is a lie. That happened once. And so he left. And then they had a scene where basically after everybody leaves, they just talk about it. And how I felt. Yeah, how I felt. Yeah. And they just left it alone, and they like on good terms now. That was it. That that was the end of talking about that. So after that, like I said, he's threatening. We have other scenes, and then around the same time, I think her name was Rolla. I don't know why I thought her name was started with an S. Well, we're just gonna call Rona for now. But so we have another scene where it's getting intense, y'all. And we have it when a mom is up there shopping. I think she got off the phone with dad or Ava. And all of a sudden, on cue, like I said, because it's obviously been a restraining order put in, which Dallas had mentioned at popping up at his former friend's house or whatever the case is at the time. And he all basically, the mama like, you bitch, whatever, blah blah blah. And and she's like, leave me alone and stuff like that. And he yokes her up basically. She like, get away from me, you devil. And then she proceeds, to power walk away, whatever. And then the person doing the stock, he's like, what the fuck are you looking at? And then he just keeps going, going whatever like it ain't nothing. And I first thought the first thing she was going to do was to tell her husband and such because that's stalking and all this other stuff, and he just doing it in daylight, and he's just getting more suspicious, with his stalking and stuff, and becoming more tense. And what happened was, the dad later on, she's all talking, and it turned out, like I said, she never told her husband that he did this shit. He up here started getting the guns out, but he should have rolled with his crew. I don't know how much he was beloved, because I don't know if like his only job is a preacher minister. I don't know if also if he's like a farmer and stuff like that, like I guess Benji is. But he's like this. He's like, I'm about to go to. She was like, no, they're gonna kill you. No. And then she calling Ava, and I think she went in Benji, and she just talking. That's exactly how she sounded on the phone, whatever, right? And the dad goes over there. I mean, it got killed, but she's up there. Mama Bear, Mad Bear, come out, and he's like, I'm looking for your son, whatever. You touch my wife, you touch my daughter. He pulls the shotgun. And then you got the remaining brothers stand behind him. So one of them, I think, pile him on the side or graze him 5 foot, and they stump and kick him down. And then he's down, and next minute he's in the hospital. But this time, what happened early around that same time, right before it, is Benji. I think it was early that same day. Benji had it was a bunch of animals laying around like they were doing yoga or they got some edibles, but it turned out they've been poisoned and they no longer here. So, but the sheriff said early that day, we can't prove it's the Bearsting Bear boys. And it's the same thing even with the dad, because even though he's knocked out and, these Bearsting Bears are known for records, for being like horrible ass people, they somehow, the same sheriff claims, I don't have any proof that it is them. So, what happened was later on was, Ava got the idea to finally go ahead and, she's going to take matters into her own hands by her damn self. By the way, okay, she is strong and whatever the case is, and she's going to do it on her own. So she sends a picture. It was another picture somebody took, but it looked like almost the picture that say he took or something, because it was outside looking the window of the divorce party, which she was just talking and dancing to Benji. It was like something that wasn't enough to say incriminating, where you could flat out say because of that, that's enough proof that they were involved. And even then, that was after the divorce when that occurred. The divorce was finalized. So, anyways, she said, he's the best I ever had, and blah, 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 and this and that, but telling him to come back to the house anyway. She goes there by herself and just waiting. He shows her he got a pew pew and puts it on the table, whatever. Like, it's to whip her. What is going on here? And so she's talking to make her say, you brought out the bitch in me, and then some other stuff that's supposed to be, remarkable, but wasn't. And then he ends up attacking her one time. And then he ends up where she slides on the other side of the counter after he puts hands on her again. And he's look like he's looking in the fridge for some bagels and shit, talking about, my mom told me to do that to dad. He used to hit my mom, blah, 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 but something like that. Something like he said, now you're going to feel it too, or something like that he was saying, but something along the lines that because of the trauma he had, and it seemed like as they did nothing but pass it on and continue now where like I said, the victims become the abuser. And she good. You just gave me enough right there proof. And I'm still like, where is a gun or something in your hand? This ain't gonna help. She up there taking time to call 911 in front of him without a gun in her front. But then it was like, they're stuck down. And then we see the shotgun, pew, pew.
And he's like this. And we thought it was going to be more suspense still. And ain't nobody else got to the house yet in time, but he's like this. Go ahead, show me. Pew! He went down. Next minute, everybody's at the house, except of course the dad, because he's still in the hospital, in like temporary serious condition. Because it was saying it didn't look good. And then they was like, yeah, the friend talking about, yeah, it was he had a restraining order, this. So, they were basically saying that, she had enough, and there was enough proof that she was able to get away with, doing the pow. And they go back to the hospital. Obviously, it must be the only hospital. Like I said, I don't know how small this town is. But they go back, and I don't know if this is the next day or whatever. And then they're leaving, and, get the dad, he being released or whatever. And here we got Mama Bear with her remaining, now I guess three boys left, and she didn't even cry. It's like she has a certain time set, or maybe she doesn't believe in cry, but it was just like, oh my gosh, really? And here's what she said. She had told Ava when they're going past by, like, you my boy, this is not over yet. And Ava says some line of us lines, well, it is, and it is going to be, oh well. And that is final. Step on that. And next minute credits come up. I'm like, what the hell? They could have just made it, even though they would not make the film better. They could have shown like her and Benji getting their life together afterwards and trying like, time later and stuff. And, showing like, like the rest of the boys, like, I don't know, whatever, getting arrested and shit, but just show like a better ending, considering y'all the film was almost 2 hours, if 2 hours and 50 seconds damn near. They could have had a better ending. It was cliche as it wasn't. It was not the first of it. Like I said, it was just like, okay. But that's all I got, y'all. Hopefully this one works. Then hugs and love. Hope y'all have a great week. Enjoy the rest of July. I hope this time this recording sticks, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm gonna be mad as hell if I can't keep this one, because the last one, for a reason, it wouldn't stop recording. So I hope y'all enjoy my little commentary with this movie. I try to do the best I can. I'll be back soon. I don't know, it'll be another Tyler Perry, any more movie. But like I said, y'all, movies like this should encourage y'all. You can achieve your dreams. And while you putting yourself down and think you got a horrible movie, book, or whatever, no, you don't. It might be a chance. It might be phenomenal. Okay. But anyways, y'all, I'm out.